there. Thank you for joining me today. I am super happy to start today with you for immersive days about the leadership, how to be a trusted leader. And there are lots of leaders, lots of people who lead, but not everybody is a great leader. And I am super excited. I will just give you a briefing about who I am, what I do. And this is actually not about me today. It's honestly about all of you who are joining me or watching me on LinkedIn. And I would love to share the most valued expertise I have been using with my clients over years, over the past decade. And I would love to tell you what we're going to cover because you have to know where we are and where we're going and what you're going to get. Lots of aha moments. This is going to be transformational experience. I'm not here to give you information. I want you to feel the transformation. And by transformation, I mean that every day you'll feel like something is shifting inside you. Just being alive with me, whoever signed up for the masterclass, there is a downloadable workbook. I don't want you to do anything in it on your own. It is built on the 4 days. So over the coming 4 days, day one, we're going to talk about how to build the self-image of a trusted leader. Because if we don't, the mind is a goal-seeking mechanism. If it doesn't have a clear image, it's going to be like going everywhere. It's not going to be focused. So today is about focusing self-image leader. I'm going to ask you questions that's going to like inspire in you. Okay, am I really the trusted leader? The questions are meant to help you to do the assignment of day one. Day one, every day you have an assignment. So day one is about the self-image of a trusted leader, how you see yourself, how others see you, what kind of leader you want to be. This is day one. And the questions and what we're going to work on today will help you answer them. So don't please answer anything like rushing into the workbook. Please wait and do it after we are done every day. And I will always send you notes, send you tools to help you answer them. And I am an easy reach like one DM away from you. So that's not a big thing. Okay, guys? Day two, I'm going to talk about how to see in your team right now how you can build the trust with them and what you are not seeing, the qualities in them, which can actually boost your own performance and your own company, because company is full of people. Like if you don't know how to lead people, you don't know how to lead your business successfully. Okay. And day three, we're going to talk honestly, guys, about making decisions and fear. This is a big one. It's a massive day. I always get positive feedback about it because people going through the exercise on that day, you will understand how fear stops you. You will understand what happens inside you that doesn't make you take bold action, because leaders, we are talking about the top 1% achievers in leaders. And this could be any one of you attending here with me. Hello, Asif. Thank you so much for joining live. I love to see you all, and I love to see your beautiful faces. So if you're opening your camera, that tells me a lot. Like I connect with you more. I can be able to guide you more. So, and day three, we're going to go through fear and making decisions. Important decisions, no matter how big or small they are. And I promise you, this is my promise to you, on day three, you will take a bold action. You have been like procrastinating for many, many years, maybe, or many, like month, I don't know, but I promise you, you will take your first step, which is going to create momentum. Day four, we're going to talk about handling rejections. Okay. So handling rejection, because if you are with me here, this is for entrepreneurs, for executives, for team leaders who are looking up to up-level their game in leadership. How to be trusted. So rejection is going to happen. We all have rejection. It happens daily. And I'm not going to tell you like it's a setback and learn from it. I'm going to, on that day, day four, I'm going to guide you through the four types of people, how they respond differently to rejection, and which one you are. You will identify yourself, because the 4 days are going to build on each other. Each day you're going to learn something you have not been aware of about yourself, which is going to massively impact your results. By results, I mean as well your income. You can multiply your income. I will tell you how. Today, I'm going to give you one of the secrets about the self-image. You can lead a trusted team. You can, because lots of leaders, when they reach out, they don't have motivated teams. They are disengaged. we have, and I always post almost daily on LinkedIn about how to be the best leader. But gathering information is not going to help you change. Gathering information now, we live in an ocean of information. You can, with a click, find all the how to, but it's like people, why they don't take action. This is why I want you to get out of this masterclass. And today we're going to dive deep into this. So as for me, my name is Rasha Elhami. If we haven't met in person before, you haven't seen me live before, well, I have been in self-development for over 10 years. I was born in Egypt, moved to Canada 15 years ago, transformed all my career, had lots of setbacks, and fell in love with self-development, studied with Bob Proctor, the late Bob Proctor, studied with and certified with Jack Canfield, the author of Chicken Soup for the Soul and the Principles of Success, have led multiple workshops. And I'm going to share with you right now my screen. So because I believe in visuals, so if we don't see, like whatever the mind cannot see and believe, well, you cannot achieve. So we are wired to think in images. And today I'm going to help you identify what type of leader you are and what type of leader you want to be. Okay, because not necessarily where you are right now is the type of the leader who's going to get you the results that you want. I'm talking about, honestly, guys, money is important. Like lots of people like avoid talking about it. Money is very important. Nothing is without it. And when you elevate your self-image, and I'm going to show you today how, and I want you to do the assignment daily so that, and send it to me, because I will give you one-on-one feedback and how you can get the best of these 4 days. I have an extra day, day 5. This is optional, but this is for Q&A. In order to wrap it up, answer your questions, because while you're doing your work, you'll find that you have questions that you need answer for, because I promise you'll discover stuff you never knew. So let's start now. I'm going to share my screen and share my slides with you right now. 1 second. There we go. And okay. So I hope everybody can see that clearly. Yeah. So let me know if you can see it. Well, today is about the trusted leader. And here I am, like, this is like where I started. As I told you, I moved to Canada 15 years ago. And when I came here, there are lots of like setbacks that I had, because I used to work for BMW back home. And that was for almost over 10 years. I was executive assistant to the chairman. I was executive after sales marketing team leader. And I had wonderful career there. But moving here, well, it was a bit of a challenge. And I had setbacks that made me stronger, because I decided I'm not gonna like settle down. This is not what I wanna be. And it came to me through a concussion. I had a serious concussion. I was bedridden for over 2 months. And with my kids at that time, my son was only, the youngest was in grade 2, the older was in grade 6, and my husband wasn't with me. So I had to like it. This was a blessing in disguise, because still like staying in bed, 2 months, no family, no support, only my kids there. I came to the big questions, and this led to my transformation, which I am forever grateful for. And this one, I decided to work with my mentors who really helped me go through whatever mental barriers I had and help me like go and speak in public without fear. So I want to ask you, like I spoke in places like in city of Burlington, I spoke in corporate, in like Korean company, like I spoke in other councils for leadership for women. And I had the privilege as well of working with top athletes, world champions. One of them is like Rami Ashur, I'm going to share with you as well. And I did many, many workshops and helped many, many ambitious leaders who 6x, like 10x their income, became 6 multiple figure earners. And I will share the true story. They are true people, and you can see them. You can go to the profile, and they are real people. They have become, when they work with me, they were not 6-figure earner, but now they are, and I'm super grateful for that. So first of all, I want to start with asking you the deep question. Do you see yourself as a trusted leader? And I don't want you to be hard on yourself, and nothing is wrong. Like I started that because I had lots of moments of self-doubt. I couldn't speak in front of kids in grade 6 even. And this was a wake up call for me. So through questions today, through sharing stories and sharing with you 4 types of leaders, I want you to please invest your time this hour. I want you to get the best out of it. So identify what kind of leader you are through, I'm going to share with you the slides. So you tell me like, I can identify myself here. Be very honest. I'm not judging you. I'm here to serve you. And then I'm going to give you a set of questions, which are going to help you form the new image for the self-leader, okay? So let's start with this one. We have the first 2 types, very popular, Steve Jobs and Oprah Winfrey. Where do you identify yourself more? Are you the type of the perfectionist who wants everything to be like sans faute, like in French they say sans faute, without a single mistake? Is that you? Are you hard on yourself and you want like everything perfect, so you have to get involved in everything? Is that you? Because Steve was like that, but he transformed his leadership, and so can you. And he allowed his team for innovation. He did not create, by the way, the iPhone or the iPod. It was his team through his empowerment when his leadership transformed. Yes, he was a visionary. Everybody working there have to believe in his vision, and this is what drives their strength. But like after that, he understood that he had to transform how he was leading people, not micromanaging them. So be very honest. Are you that type? Or are you like Oprah Winfrey? Well, she's very popular. She's very involved in whatever happens, but as well, she gives her team like kind of space, but she is involved in everything. Kind of, I say like the involved guide, kind of like the mother figure. So do you see yourself there or do you see yourself there? We have 2 more options. And here is like, of course, you all know Sheryl Sandberg. And this is kind of like the strategic leader. So she tells them what to do. I'm available if you need me, but she's not on top of everything. Is that you? And there is the visionary delegator like Branson, Richard Branson. Of course, you know him, guys. He started the version like multiple companies. And this guy was just like, he just like hired leaders who can do the job and he is off. So the more you hire people or delegate authority, doesn't mean you are less of a leader. It means you'll have more time to create what's important, to inspire your team and to grow your company or grow your business, right? And you have more time to work on more important projects and you're delegating to your team and you trust they will do their best. So which one can you identify yourself with? Are you like Steve? Are you like Oprah? Are you like Sheryl? Or are you the visionary delegator? Well, I want to share with you the story of the great guy, this great guy. He is Jordan Bethune. Bethune, he was hired, he was the top of the company called like the Continental Airlines. When he went there, it was the worst where the employees were not even proud, were ashamed to say that they work for Continental. They were ashamed. Like, what's worse than that? They were down the slope. They were the worst at everything. He took them from worst to the best. And what he did is change the leadership style. He knew that through empowering people, like they are the ones who are gonna like either break it or they are gonna like build it. And when he was there, the company jumped, honestly, it got the top. So his leadership was putting his employees first. It was not, and because employees or your staff are serving your business, and the best, if you can know if the leader is a great leader, when you ask people about their job, if they feel like, oh, you find the shoulders down, or I am tired, I don't want to talk about it. Is it like, which one of these did you identify yourself as? Did you identify, can you get an idea what kind of leader you are? I have a set of questions. They're not very long, but they will help you design the self-image of the leader. And I'm going to tell you, like I told you, I'm going to tell you the science behind it today, because this is purely science. And nothing is nothing. I don't own the ideas. I learned from the best, and I study every day. And I help my clients, and I saw how they transform their income from 30K to multiple 6 figures every year. And I have seen, and I'm gonna share with you the story of Rauda. I'm gonna share with you the story of Salwa. Like you see, this are like people like you, like me, and nothing is different. And when they started with me, that was not the case at all. All right. So please answer these questions because they are gonna help you. All right. I'm gonna share with you one more time in order to give you the set of questions. So there we go. First of all, how comfortable are you with showing vulnerability as a leader? I mean, like think of Oprah Winfrey when she go and talk and speak in public. She spoke about how she had lots of setbacks. She spoke about like she was abused as a child, and she was very open about it. Being vulnerable, people like do not want to share except the best. Like I'm okay, I am the best at that, and here are my success. And you see that we all see that every day on Instagram with the fancy perks, with the fancy houses, but nobody speak openly about how much and how many times they failed. People like Steve Jobs, he was kicked out. Such was he was such a hard character. He was not like he was nobody was ever like him. Even Bill Gates had an interview talking about he was very humble. He said like there are lots of people who can do the coding I do, even in my own company right now, but I have never ever seen anyone like Steve. He was a masterpiece. But I want to tell you, I want you to know that each one of you as well is a masterpiece because no one has your eye print, no one has your footprint before you or after you. So this makes you unique as well. Nothing distinguishes them from you other than the hidden self-image, which we are not gonna craft together today. So be very honest. Are you vulnerable? Do you find when you share something vulnerable about you, you connect more with people like Oprah, or you are hiding and you're just like shielding and hiding whatever is there? Another one, how consistently do you keep your promises and even under pressure? Well, like I want to tell you guys that when you keep your promise, it's for you before any other person. It's for you, not before any other person. Because when I don't keep my promises to myself, I hurt myself and I'm easily chipping my self-esteem. If I, that's why here comes the very important the rule for setting boundaries. When people say yes, yes for everything because they want to be like the top, appearing as like a peak performer, and they burn out, and then they can't keep their promise, for example, for your family at home, for your close relatives, for your responsibilities, then it chips away from your self-esteem. That's the chip self-esteem killer. Okay. So another question. How often, I want you for these questions, please do it and give yourself a rating from 0 to 10. Like maybe you are vulnerable, 3 out of 10. I cannot be Rasha. This is hard for me. Be honest, because with this guidance, you will be able to craft the master trusted self-image. All right. Another one, how often do you listen to understand rather than to respond? It is very difficult. When I started learning about coaching and like getting trained in the beginning, that was very super difficult because we are wired to just like not listen to understand, but to listen to judge or to give our opinion or to appear like the smart guy in the room. Like it's wired in us because we want a connection and we avoid rejection. And this is one of the ways where we think that we stand out. All right. So be very honest. Do you really listen, or you cannot, before they finish the sentence, you want to finish it and you want to give your opinion? You like, because the way you do one thing, guys, is the way you do everything. And I'm helping you today to know things about yourself in you that will help you transform you. Because if I'm operating from the old system, nothing will change. I will do it by force. It will be temporarily and it's not going to last for long. Okay, 2 more questions. How well do you manage your emotion during stressful moments at work? Think of Barack Obama, like he was known for his poses, like he would speak and pose. Like I always give a tip for my clients. I say, before you answer, count backward. If it was stressful for you, you feel like there is a tide wave rising up inside you, count backwards from 5 to 1. Inside, you don't have to say it out loud. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This allows you not to jump into the like I am answering, I'm listening to answer, I'm listening to understand. Okay, and take a deep breath. I'm gonna show you today how to do the deep breathing. and then answer if you are ready. Don't push yourself. I have to answer now. There's a deadline. When you are ready, because they ask you the question or they propose the matter which is stressful for you at their agenda, at their timing. So you answer at your timing and you own it. All right. Last one, how confident are you in empowering your team to make decisions without micromanaging? And here comes the trust factor. How powerful are you at doing that? I would love to share with you here one of my very, very, very beloved clients. This is Salwa. Salwa, when we started working together, was earning 30K per year. Nothing wrong with that, but she was an assistant KG teacher, and she was not satisfied. She had an ambition of pursuing real estate, being a real estate agent, and being a really good one. But she didn't know how. She didn't was afraid. She was secure with the income coming to her from her job, and she was afraid to let go and to start and focus, giving her focus 100% to her career. Moving forward today, Salwa is a multiple six-figure earner. She has wonderful relationship with her clients. She's a go-trusted leader in her field. And those who are in real estate will understand she's a Diamond Award. Like this is one of the top awards. She's not like this is a crowded market. There are lots of real estate agents in Russia. But what distinguishes her, how she changed her self-image from a school teacher to a six-figure earner, multiple six-figure earner. That took only inner work. I'm going to share with you some of it today, okay? Another example, have here Shahi. She has a PhD and she was working as a freelancer. Working together, she did not have really quite clear clarity on her goals career-wise. And she wasn't the type who would like to say no for many people. Okay, this depleted her energy. It cost her a lot. Right now, I'm super grateful and super proud of her to announce that she was hired as a top manager, and she even got her offer was overseas. She lives in Germany. She got another country, and she is leading a team now and making six figures. So that's a big transformation for her. My last and favorite one, last but not least, is Rauda. Rauda, first time I met her, her story is so close to my heart because the first time we met, she couldn't make even eye contact. And she's a wonderful lady, but she couldn't make it. And she had like her performance was down. She told me honestly, and when I interview her a lot in my workshops, but today she's preparing for her PhD and she's traveling to the States because she has to mentor teams there. Right now, she like 10x'd her income. She has been appointed in one of the top management program in her company. And she said, like, my efficiency now, Russia is 150%. And she's leading team. She's training them. She was afraid to make a presentation before her colleagues. And today, her presentation is modeled in North America, not just in Canada, in North America. And she is always elected by her company to travel to Europe and to represent them in the States and to lead training there for teams. So she told me, like, I worked with many people before. I tried to work with therapists, with coaches. I got worse because I was always talking about the problem. I never got out of it. And I am forever grateful working with her. And we have a deep connection. And I'm super proud of her because I see, guys, the transformation. I'm going to share with you today, like, are you curious to know how they changed that? Are you curious? Give me in the chat here a yes or like a heart if you would love to know how you can change and achieve what you want. Is that a yes for everyone here? And I would love to share with you because it all has to do with a hidden self-image, okay? I'm gonna show you an image and then I'm gonna explain to you so that you can really grasp it. And this is gonna help you do the assignment today, because if you don't do the assignment today, then the rest will build up of like, it will be very shallow. I want you honestly to feel the transformation. The questions I ask is for you to realize is not to beat yourself up or to blame yourself. Please don't do that. I'm bringing awareness for you to be a trusted leader, to be one of the 1%. And I always say the 1% is even exaggerated, because out of every 1,000, only 2 live on purpose and are living the kind of life and earning the kind of income they want. 2 out of 1,000, not 2%. It's not a 2%. Okay, so let me know here, where did you find yourself? Did you find yourself like Steve Jobs, the perfectionist? Did you find yourself like Oprah? Did you find yourself like Cheryl? Like, did you find yourself like Branson? Which one is the leader you felt more connected to, or you're doing what they do? And I want you to, please, if you have pen and paper, and I'm sure you do, if you have your workbook, now you have extra pages, and I want you to write this down. Get the best of the time, guys. I value your time, and I really take it for not for granted that you are here. I am so honored to have you here. Okay, so just for time, this is the time, yeah, the timer, send timer. We all know how much we have, like we spend, how much. The future is invisible for us. We don't know how much is left. So whatever we have control over, most people think, that's why I'm telling you it's only 2 out of 1,000, because 95% of people would rather die than think, because think that requires that you change behaviors and change something in yourself to get different results. And 95% of people would rather, like, happy with the hamster wheel, happy with living on autopilot, and they are not willing to take anything to do to change themselves. So let me do this exercise with you. If you are not driving and you can do it, please do it with me, because it will land this point at home. So I want you to put your fingers together like this, okay? Just like clutch them together, okay? And then when you're done, tell me which finger you have on top, right or left. For me, I have the left on top. Here, you can put in the chat, you can put in on LinkedIn, whatever, like which one did you find? Right, left, okay? So some are right, some are left, correct? So I want you now to do the opposite. I mean, like, now put them again together, but make intentionally, on purpose, the other one on top. So for me, it was the left. Now I'm gonna put the right to be on top. So I'm gonna do that and try it, like I'm move a notch up, and then so that to get the opposite one on top instead, okay? And how does it feel? It feels uncomfortable, right? So this is actually where 95% people prefer to stay. So put them back, like with the dominant finger, which is on top. For me, it was the left. So I'm gonna put it again. So his people would say like, oh, I love to see this on their face, like, oh, now I am comfortable. So this is because 95% are not willing to think. Think requires change and requires being uncomfortable, feeling uncomfortable. All right. So how about the other 5%? Are they the thinkers? No. 3% think, but they are not thinking. They are repeating patterns of old past incidents, talking about their old story, about their illness, about their sickness, about their problems with their spouses, about their problems with their bosses, whatever it is. So not 3% are doing this, and they think this is thinking. This is not thinking, guys. It's like they are living like, if I keep on in the present moment thinking about what already happened, how come I'm going to create a different present, a different future? Never. I cannot do that. Like, it's a process. So if I keep focusing on the current circumstances, on the bank account, which I'm not happy with, on the team, which are being disengaged, on, like, if I keep focusing on that, am I going to be like, can I create different results? Absolutely no. So how does it work? I studied with Bob. We studied like Napoleon Hill, great book, Think and Grow Rich. And I studied with Jack. I told you, Jack Canfield, the author of Chicken Soup of the Soul. And both said about the importance of creating an image of what you want. So I shared with you images because I know we are creatures who think in terms of images. Like, we are visuals. We are visuals. So I cannot tell you, like, I'm talking about the mind, and you have no idea about the mind, because part of the mind which will involve creating a new self-image, You don't know how it looks like. People mistake the brain for the mind. It's just an organ, exactly like a nail is an organ in your body, exactly like the heart is an organ. It's not the mind. So the mind, I'm gonna give you a valuable image, and this is called the stick person. Okay, so the stick person, here it is. Maybe I hope it's clear for you. I can use even some like highlighters so it looks more clear, because I want you to honestly get it very, very with clarity. So there we go. Yeah, this is way better. There we go. So this, I want you to think of it as the top part, as the conscious mind, the logical mind, which has the study, the reading, everything that you have studied, or the information you have piled throughout your life. And this is the subconscious part, the down part. And this, we operate from it by 98%. We operate from the logical by only 2%, because this is why we know lots of things and we don't take action on it. Like, for example, you know that I have to listen to my team. I know that I'm not listening enough, but I cannot do it. This is not because you don't know, it's not because you know, but you don't know how, because it's not here. And part of here, like, because we are run by something called paradigms, set of beliefs and behavior, which dictate our results. And guess what? They were formed when we were from 0 to 7. And so we absorb them like a sponge. We did not even choose them. That's why sometimes you do something, people are like, why did you do that? Why did you do that? And you say, I don't know, but you know better. Yes, I know, but why did you do it? I don't know. So the I know and I don't know, this is why. Okay, because your behavior, when you take action to create the results, this body to move it, to create the result, it doesn't act on what you know, it acts on the self-image and the paradigms, the set of beliefs that you have. So answering the questions I gave you today, I hope you have created some idea how you are operating with your teams. How are you as a leader? Are you vulnerable, or you see it as weakness? Really? Do you really listen, or you are quick with the answers? You don't give them time. Like, I want you to reflect deep, even go and rewatch this and like answer the questions in depth. Another thing I want you to do, that's why I said, please do not do the workbook unless we attend together, because every day I'm going to give you tools that will help you answer in depth for your own best results. So number 2, I want you to pick 2, 3, up to 6 leaders that you love. And honestly, if you don't do anything in writing, because writing creates thinking, this will be just for you shallow information, gathering information, which is not going to create the result. You are just gathering them here in the upper part, but unless you are emotionally involved with them and you let them go through this gate, okay, and pass to the subconscious, you are not going to act differently, and the results won't be different. So the questions we have today in the workbook, I hope you all have the workbook, downloaded it, are built on what we do today together, and you want you to answer it and share the answers with me, please. I will give you feedback. I'm honestly going to do that. Okay. So going back, so how, like, list down 3, 4, 5, up to 6 leaders, and say, like, what do I like best about each one of them? List for each one from 2 to 4 qualities you love. For example, Steve Jobs, visionary, creative, whatever. Like, what do you like? He was very firm. What do you really like? Because what I like, you may not like. Each one is different, right? What do you like about Oprah? Oh, she's vulnerable. She loves to do lots of charity. She loves to empower her team. She listens a lot. She's a good listener. I'm giving you just like pumping up the pump for you so that you can think of ideas as well. Oh, Branson. This is really, really wild. He chooses good leaders. He trusts them. He dreams big, like, list it down. So list down, this is going to help you when creating your self-image, because it's your assignment for day 1, which is going to build on the coming 3 days. Okay. So list down, okay, what do I like about each of them? Then step 2, you're going to cross their name, and then you're going to put your name. So for example, like if it's Russia, I like this. I'm going to cross for example, Oprah Winfrey's name, and I'm going to say Russia is a good listener. Russia is, I'm going to read it as, so I'm now choosing how intentionally I want to lead, because people are not going to trust you by what you say. People do not listen to what you say. If you have a team and you want to lead, you want to land a way higher top management position, and you think you're going to land it from the current image you have, it's not going to happen. So you have to be first aware. That's why I asked you the questions. I shared with you some leaders. And this is why I want you to open your mind what kind of leader you want to be. And you're going to choose it intentionally. And I'm going to show you how you can do it. Okay? So, and then I want you, after that, now you have more qualities of leaders you want. So when I create the self-image, I'm going to put the kind of adjectives or attitudes that I really love, I want to see in myself, projecting to my clients, or projecting to my team, projecting to the people in my life that matters, what kind of leader I want to show up and to project, because I want to be a trusted leader. Trusted leader. This is not, you cannot buy this with money. So again, are you calm or do you react? Are you safe for other people to come and tell you about the problem and they're not going to be fired, or you're not going to lash at them? Because tomorrow we're going to dive deep into why people run away from you or do not trust you as a leader, and how and what you can do. But today, again, we have to start with the base. The base is the self-image. Okay, so I'm going to share with you here one more image so that you get an idea as well. Okay, there we go. It's Rauda, my love. So 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. So I hope you can see this with clarity as well. Okay. Full screen. I want you to see it really well. This is an image of an acorn seed. You know the acorn, like I'm in Canada, there are lots of acorns. So I see lots of the seeds. Sometimes they are on the street, on asphalt. Sometimes they are in the garden where I'm walking, or in the park. And this is the final image of how the acorn seed will turn into an oak tree. You see, like, this is gigantic. So please understand, this is the basis for today. If I take one of these and I dissect it under a microscope, okay, will I ever find this tree inside this seed? Ever? Will I ever find it? Never. No matter how advanced the microscope you are using to dissect the seed in order to find the oak tree, this is not going to happen. Okay? And if the oak tree, this seed, I'm sorry, acorn seed, if it is placed on asphalt, or you put one of them in your pocket, will it grow to be that gigantic tree? The answer is definitely no. So how come this seed become this tree? How come? I want you to relate to yourself. Each one of you, including myself, we have inside us a seed for a better and wider image, self-image, version of us, which can create massive results, 10x the results we are producing right now. This happened with Salwa. This happened with Shahi. This happened with Rauda. They did not change the circumstances. They did not change their spouses. Something in them changed that made them move from being, like, it was hidden in here, that made them x 10x their income and results, and land top position, and be in a market which is crowded with real estate agents, be a very distinct one, and very sought leader in her field. She's like, people love her. They go and ask her. They always recommend her. So what changed, honestly? 1 second, ladies. I'm sorry, and gentlemen. There we go. So how does this change happen? Inside you, let's imagine that this is the seed, or the acorn seed. And let's imagine, like, I'm just like, I wanna demo for you. So I'm finding whatever I can. And let's imagine that this is a seed, for example, for an apple tree. Apple tree seed, acorn seed. apple, acorn. Okay. Both of them, I'm going to plant them in the soil. Okay. We're talking science now. Both of them, I'm going to plant them in the soil. A clever botanical will be able to tell me when this will germinate and when this will be a carrot, like when this will be, sorry, apple tree, and when this one will be an oak tree. A clever one will tell me, do you know? Like if you, this is the best time to plant this for it to germinate quickly. This is not the best time, wait X amount of time or wait for this season. So, but will ever the seed of an acorn produce an apple tree? Never. Will ever the apple tree be an acorn seed? Never. Although they both were planted in the same soil. So how does this happen? Because like, I want you to relate to yourself. You can have two siblings brought up in the same house. One is on top, flying over the moon, very rich, highly successful, and the other one is suffering and like struggling to even make ends meet. They were in the same soil, but what's different? Why do I find one of the kids like an A student and doing blah blah and getting? I'm not saying like to glorify A students. I'm just saying an example. And the other one is like, okay, troublemaker at school. He's not even making it through. What's the difference? How come this happened? If you love reading, there is a wonderful book, but reading is not going to change. What's going to help you change is understanding and applying with guided mentorship. For me, this is how I did it. Like without my mentors, I was reading. If I show you my library, I have thousands of books and I was reading all the books, but the results were zero. Nothing was really changing to the extent that I couldn't talk in front of sixth graders. Why? Why was that? And like this, but it's a blessing because this is how I know what was missing. Excuse me, guys. So if I just like I am thinking that by changing my career or changing my spouse or changing the team and firing them all, the results will change. This is not going to happen. It has to start what's inside the seed. So when I said I have here the book I was telling you about, guys, called Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. It was a revolution step in self-development industry, and it was written in 1962, I think. Okay, so this explains it is about the self-image, but again, I'm not saying this just to go and read the book. I want you to understand and apply. So if I have placed this in the soil, same soil, different seeds, each one inside it is locked in to a certain like idea. Exactly like, for example, if I have the idea of a 10K earner, I cannot ever make 100K per month if I have the idea of I'm a 10K earner. I cannot. I have to change the self-image, what I am locked in. We as creatures like humans, we have dominion over other creatures. And we are blessed with mental faculties that these do not have the power to do. We can choose what we want to be. That's why I want you to do the assignment for today. What kind of leader you want to be? What seed are we going to plant? Because once we plant them, this is what's going to happen. Each one is going to attract to it only the nutrients that they both are planted in, necessary for its growth to be an oak tree. And this will only attract the nutrients necessary for it to be an apple tree. Okay, so when I am locked in to the idea that I am a six-figure earner versus I cannot do this, the circumstances, I am laid off, why all this is happening is secondary. The cause, the origin, cause and effect. Whatever you have in your results right now is an effect of the cause. It's an effect of the self-image. It's not the circumstances. That's why in the depression, we had people who boomed, right? And in these circumstances and in this economy, like I have honestly been watching lots of documentaries and really I love history. No other era I have studied or watched or gave my attention to didn't have the depression in it. But most importantly, people who skyrocket do not have the depression here in their mind. And like when working with Bob, he was saying like you can create your economy. I was just like, this is crazy. I cannot. How can I create my economy? What is he even talking about? I didn't know about the self-image. This is something I dive deep into with my clients when we work together. But I want you today to get the benefit of attending this masterclass. Honestly, I want you to decide, like you now you have identified number one. Step one was to identify what kind of leader you are right now. Step two, design the kind of leader you want to be a trusted leader. Because answer the questions. Do I burst quickly? Do I lose hope quickly? What do I tell myself? Self-image, by the way, guys, is not what people tell you or how you see yourself in the mirror. This is important, but it is what you tell yourself when you are alone, when you are in the car, when you are taking your shower, when you are on your own. Like, because no matter how people are applauding you and telling you you're wonderful at this, and your self talk is like, I'm a loser, I cannot make it, this is hard, this is not for me. Oh, a six-figure job, it's not for me. I'll give you this is not for me. I'll give you my colleague, he can do that. But for me, I just go with the low numbers. That's your self image. So I want you to craft today what's your self-image. If you have the workbook, please download it, because along with this, it will help you create the kind of self-image you want, because on this, we're going to base the following days. You're happy with your 100K, or you want to like, I want to change my annual income to be my monthly income. Did this happen? It happened for my client Salwa. It happened for Rauda. It happened for Shahi. Like what they used to earn per year, they now earn it per month. 30K a year, now like multiple six figures a year. So you have the power to do that. Just you have to follow the guidelines and do what I ask you, please. I meant this experience for this masterclass to be transformational, not informational. So I value your time. I want you to do it and give it the time, because without doing it in writing, nothing is going to stick. Writing creates thinking. So where do you want to stay? Are you happy with your current results? Are you the trusted leader? Do you see yourself as a trusted leader? Do you believe you can be a trusted leader? Because I have to know. Because if you can't believe it, whatever the mind conceive, the mind is able to achieve. And Henry Ford said it, if you believe it's hard or you believe it's easy, you're right. What you believe is going to manifest in your life. Manifest, it means to be a result in your life. And by manifesting, it means I'm projecting in my life. Whatever kind of people I have in my, if I don't have a team that trusts me, if I get laid off from work, if I am not in the top management, well, I am not like the oak seed and the apple seed. I am not sending out the signals in the environment where I am that I am locked in to the idea that I'm a multiple six-figure earner. If I push it away by doubt, if I push it away by fear, if I push it away by worry, then it's not going to happen. So I want you, please, to do it. Just be kind to yourself. Do the assignment for today. Go through the workbook. I'm going to share with you the screen here to show you the workbook. If you haven't downloaded, if you don't have it, please reach out to me. I will send it to you. It's so easy. I'm gonna here share something else. Yep. So here is oh, for day one, guys. Okay, leadership clarity. How would you currently describe your leadership style? This is the workbook, guys, okay? When do you feel most confident as a leader? Answer the questions and use the tools and the information we explore together today. When do you feel least confident as a leader? Okay, how aligned are you with the leader you want to be? So do you feel like I am that leader, or like I am on a scale, I'm on one, I'm on two? There is nothing wrong. The leader, number two, the vision. What qualities do you admire in other leaders? Like I told you, like list, the best way to answer this is to list from 2 to 6 leaders that you really admire and what qualities are in them, and put away their name and use your own name, because if you admire something in someone else, you already have the seed over it. Okay. You just still don't trust that you do, but you do. How do you want your team to describe you as a leader? This is very important. How do you want to be perceived through the eyes of your team? And how would it feel to lead with complete clarity, purpose, and confidence? Okay. And a reflection question. Okay. I think this is all for today. Invest the time. It won't take from you maybe from 10 to 20 minutes. You can easily waste it scrolling over your phone or talking to someone about something which is gonna, like, you're diving deep into what's stopping you, and you're enhancing it and sending signals out to attract more of what you do not like. So I want you, my apology, guys, my throat. Sorry about that. So kindly do it, because there is lots of value in doing it in writing. I am honoring those who attend live with me. I'm going to answer your questions. I want you to send it to me. My email is support@rashailhami.com. And if you want me to check your answers, to give you feedback, I honestly do it for my clients. I'm willing to do it for you taking the time and being courageous enough to put yourself first and say, like, something has to happen. I really want to be this trusted leader. Life is too short, and you do not, if you're not happy with the results, we can change that. It's not going to take years. It's going to take a few months or even few weeks. It depends where you are right now. Okay. So please do the assignment, rewatch this. If you have questions for me, those who are attending live with me, I honor your time. If you want to post your questions for me, if you have questions right now for me, please answer it. If not, then please do the assignment. Send it to me so I can help you better. Because by I being helped with Jack and with Bob, they gave me the feedback, which took me years to understand. I understood it in just like with aha moment in one time. And this is why we all love mentors and respect them. They give us their time and they give us their expertise, which honestly collapse time for us and save us a lot of money trying error and failing many times. There's nothing wrong with failure. We're going to talk about this on day 4, but you can save time. Why wait another 30, 40, 20 years? Why? Okay, so reach out. Let me know if you have questions. If you don't have the workbook, please reach out. I will send you the link as well. Do the assignment. I'm going to give you feedback. And if you have more questions that you feel like, okay, when she said that, I kind of something sparked in me. I don't understand. I want to ask how this is done. Please reach out. I am here to help, and I'm here to give you my best. And I told them dedicating every day 1 hour to serve you and to answer the questions. And please just do the assignment. Showing up is the great step. This is wonderful. I respect you for that, because this tells me a lot about you. There are lots of people who signed and did not show up. It's up to them. Where do you put yourself as a priority? And I would love you to make use of that and ask me what you want, and don't be shy. I honestly don't judge. And that's what I do. I'm here to empower and help you be the kind of trusted leader that can lead teams, land 6-figure positions, and multiply your income through building a stronger self-image. So I'm really curious to know what kind of leader you have decided, what qualities you want. Tomorrow I'm going to talk is very, very important. We're going to talk about emotional intelligence, how to read the room when you walk into a meeting, how to read the room when you walk into your team. It can help you as well on a personal level with your close relationship. You can read the room, and how can you direct the energy in the room, and how can you handle like having disengaged people and answering them, and what build the trust with them. But first today we want to focus on you. We want to know what kind of leader you choose, what kind of leader you choose based on the reflective questions you have in the workbook, and that I shared with you today. Anybody has any question for me before I leave you today? Anybody has any question? Anything? Ask me anything. If you have any question before I go, please post it for me in the chat, and I will check here if somebody, not sure. Yep. Any question, just go. I'll check here if somebody on link yep. If you have it, even a question here on LinkedIn as well, I'm happy to answer it for you. Uh, okay. So that being said, guys, please do the assignment. Uh, this is 1 hour of your time, so invest it wisely, because it will help me. Send me the assignment that you answered. I will definitely give you wonderful feedback. And tomorrow we'll talk about emotional intelligence, because it's a skill now that surpass the whatever certificates you have, the PhD you have, the diploma you have. If you don't have the emotional intelligence to understand people who work with you, they cannot really trust you. So you want to be proactive. And I'm saying, yeah, okay, 1 second. I am happy you loved it. Thank you so much for being here. If you have, please, a question, as I said, don't worry, send it to me. If you prefer that I answer it confidentially, I will do that. No worries at all. But please make use of the time, okay? I'm sending you a big hug, wishing you a wonderful day, and I see you tomorrow, same time, 2 p.m. EST. And tomorrow is all about emotional intelligence. Today was about the self-image of a leader and give you the ideas how to build one, and why it's very important to craft one before we build up on, because all the results are gonna get from it. Okay, send you a heart hug, and see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. EST. Have a good day. Bye bye.